Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video is an announcement, or rather press release from the Bureau of Immigration. And I wanted to give everybody a heads up, it's not so good, especially for this particular category of travelers to the Philippines. Details coming with.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So sometimes when there are announcements like this, I'm a little leery on filming it and posting it in our YouTube channel because I know this will affect this particular category so much, which is the foreign tourists, the most affected category of travelers to the Philippines during the time of the pandemic. Because this particular category has a special spot in my heart because I've been to a long distance relationship and I know how hard it is to be in one of those situations that you really want to be with your partner, you really want to be with the love of your life, but you don't have really control over a situation, which is the pandemic right now, and you guys can't be together. And this video today is related to that. But like I said before, whether it's good news and bad news, I will keep you guys posted on what the Philippine government is going to announce. So here we go. So this is dated November 16 of 2021. Press release from the Bureau of Immigration. Philippines still closed to foreign tourists. The Bureau of Immigration clarified today that the Philippines is still closed to foreign tourists. The country remains closed to foreign tourists, only those under the allowed categories as set by the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, or IATF, is coming from green or yellow countries may be admitted to enter, Immigration Commissioner Jaime Morentes said in a statement. Morentes stressed that while there are encouraging signs that the country might soon reopen its borders, the Bureau of Immigration will continue to restrict the entry of foreign tourists until the government decides to lift the travel ban on them. So when it says encouraging signs, especially now or especially as of yesterday, COVID cases is now down to 3 digits. It took so long to get it down to that stage, but that's really a good indication that the vaccine works, that everybody has been vaccinated in Manila. They are almost at 100% vaccination rate for their population over there, and LGUs are catching up to be on that level. So that is really good because the more population being vaccinated, the sooner the Philippines can open, because like they always said, like Secretary Harry Roque said, the president really wants to have population protection before we can open up the border. And their goal is to reach 50% of that before the year end. So that's what Commissioner Jaime Morente is talking about, that there are encouraging signs that the Philippines will reopen its borders soon. Presently, only Filipinos, balikbayan, and foreigners with valid and existing visas issued by the Bureau of Immigration and other specialized government agencies are allowed to enter the country. Those who wish to travel to the Philippines under a tourist visa, if they apply for a 9A temporary visitor's visa and an entry exemption document or EED from the Philippine Post abroad. So I want to clear this out on this statement that says, to those who wish to travel the Philippines under the tourist visa may do so if they apply for a 9A visa and an entry exemption document. So 9A visa can also be applied by foreign tourists under humanitarian reasons or medical reasons, or like they said, in a do or die situation that you really need to be in the Philippines, then you can apply for the 9A visa. Unfortunately, and I know this is not something that you guys want to hear, but unfortunately, going to the Philippines to get married is not valid reasons for them. So they don't accept that reason that you want to go to the Philippines and get married. So they really want a valid reason, and sometimes it's really hard to figure out what really is the valid reason for them, because I have one subscriber that his dad passed away, and the only thing that he could get to the Philippines is through a 9A visa, but then he still couldn't get it even if he has applied for the entry exemption document. So the Philippine government is confusing sometimes when they impose a particular rule or immigration rule or travel restrictions, but when you comply it, they would say again that no, that's not enough. So it's confusing when they implement such thing but they don't also follow it. But I just want to explain this particular statement from the Bureau of Immigration. Also, 9A visas are issued to those who have started their SRRB visa at the Philippine Post abroad, because you will be given a 9A visa so you can enter the Philippines and finish up your application for your special retirees visa. So I don't want to confuse everybody on that statement that, oh my God, if you really want to visit the Philippines, you can just apply for a 9A visa. No, there are certain reasons that they would ask, especially applying for the entry exemption document, which is very hard to secure. We used to label that as ghost document because until somebody has said, yes, I got an EED, we did not really know that that document exists. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up with regards to this statement, that is all what they are saying about it. Morente said that while the Bureau of Immigration is ready and prepared for the eventual reopening of the country to foreign tourists, the decision to reopen will come from the President and the IATF. The Bureau of Immigration chief issued the statement following reports that the Bureau's offices were being swamped with queries from persons who assumed that foreign tourists can now enter the country after Metro Manila was placed under the less restrictive Alert Level 2 status. We advise the public to refer to our website and social media pages to keep themselves updated on our latest advisories on guidelines and requirements for international travelers, he said. The palace earlier said that the Philippines will again be welcoming foreign tourists in due time, saying such a move will depend on the experience of other countries who have already opened their borders to foreign visitors. So again, the Philippine government will rely on how the reopening of other Asian countries or neighboring Asian countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, they are opening now for foreign tourists. They wanted to see how it went. They wanted to see if there's really any effect of those foreign visitors coming to their country, if it will contribute to a surge, or the cases stays as is, or the cases would decrease some more. So I think that is what they are waiting for. To me, in my opinion, they should also test it by themselves, because depending on other countries will vary in different situations, you know, because what happens to Thailand doesn't mean that it's going to happen in the Philippines. What happened to Vietnam, that doesn't mean that we'll also have the same situation with them, you know. So you can't really tell something unless you try it. You can't really see the end result of a particular situation if you don't try it. So the Philippines just have to take the risk. I know that's not really a good word to say, but enable for them to really know the results and enable for them to really assess the situation is to try. Maybe they could try it on a limited basis, like allow a certain number of foreign tourists to the country and see what happens. You know, it's like these foreign tourists are already fully vaccinated. Some even has booster shots already, because majority of the tourists are coming from the US, and most people there are fully vaccinated and they have already got their booster shot. So like I said, in order for the Philippines to assess what's going to happen is to try it, to allow a certain number of foreign tourists to come into the country and see if there's really a surge, or the cases will stay as is, or if the cases will still go down a bit. So depending it to other Asian neighboring countries will not really tell us the situation will be the same for the Philippines, as others are also reopening its borders. And it's really hard to tell when they would really open up the borders, because they keep saying in due time, in due time. In due time varies a lot of aspects to it. In due time, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month, it could be next year. So their predictions are very unclear when they said due time. And I don't know why they can't really give a specific date or a tentative date that they would open the Philippine borders. Like I always say, guys, I will keep you guys posted in any developments, in any changes of the announcement or travel updates to the Philippines posted by the IATF or any of the cabinet members who are authorized to announce such updates for travelers to the Philippines. Like the Bureau of Immigration said, always check only to legitimate website, only to legitimate social media accounts of the Philippine government. And the Eaton squad gets information to only reliable Philippine government websites, legitimate social media accounts of the Philippine government. Just like this one, this announcement was taken from the Immigration Helpline, which is a legitimate social media account of the Bureau of Immigration. That is why I read articles. That way you guys can really tell that the source is legit, that I don't put any more words than what's already said, and I don't really say less to what they have really said. It's right there in front of you. It's black and white from their social media platform, legitimate social media platform. And rest assured, you guys can get the legitimate information firsthand. So this is our quick update for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video with your friends and family, because it will really help out our channel. And to those who are new to our channel, welcome. My name is Addie. We do travel updates, immigration updates, and any travel related updates in the Philippines, in the US, and neighboring Asian countries. If you are interested in those, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified on updates like this. And to our subscribers, I thank you all for the continued support and trust to our channel. I really appreciate it. And to those who have just subscribed to our channel, thank you so much for choosing the Eaton Squad for your reliable information with regards to travel updates to the Philippines. And I want to thank you guys in advance for the trust and support that you guys will be putting in our channel. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.